Hello everyone, Railman28 here, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Railman28 podcast. Ring the bell please. Thank you. Now, EWE Mondayverse of Madness. Last night was the best night of all, and of course, to start off with, Terence Thatcher got a chance to get back in the ring again, which I'm happy for him, which is cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Enjoyed having him in the ring. And of course, we had a huge surprise. Well, got a huge surprise last night when Buff Broadside came out with Jay Morgan. We booed them because Buff sold out to Basham. Of course, Lewis Basham, of course. And then we had a huge shocking announcement from Buff that he was now the new owner of EWE. To be honest, I don't believe that for a second, to be honest. Well, technically it might be true, or then again it might not, but... And Charlie Biggs, I really miss him. I was wondering what's happening to him. I mean, Buff claimed he disappeared, of course, and claimed that they were in an agreement of a sale, but had to sell EWE, and Buff brought it. I don't believe that for a second, though, to be honest. But I can't say much. I don't know what's happened thus far. Hopefully something will turn up on the 29th of June. I don't know what the event's called, but hopefully it should be called either Sizzling Heat or... what's the other one they could call it? Payback? And that's WWE Payback. Maybe EWE Payback. That would be a nice title to it, in my view anyway. Now, let's get on with the show. So, Buff came out. Jay Morgan says that the reason why Buff attacked Roth is because of us. Because of us fans cheering for Buff getting beaten up by Arcadius at Battle Royale. And, to be honest, Buff has clearly got that wrong. Literally, got it all wrong. I mean, we wanted Buff to come back. Literally, maybe as the commissioner again, to take on Lewis Basham, or maybe sue Lewis Basham for unfair dismissal. Maybe. Like I said in my previous podcast, as you guys may recall, I mean, Buff may recall that. Literally, and of course, it was all to do with the spotlight on Alexander Roth. Now, of course, Rothmore, of course. I mean, Alexander Roth and I are good buddies now. We're good buddies, yeah. I know Alex that well. And, to be honest, I wouldn't think he would want the spotlight taken off Buff. Literally. I mean, what's Buff think he's doing? I mean, if he's technically the owner of EWE... So, yeah, I've worked this out, you see. And Terence Thatcher, I know you're listening to this. I've worked this out, you see. And technically speaking, now that Buff is the boss of EWE, the owner, the gaffer, the governor, of course, that means Terence, Liam, and others, you may laugh at this one. You're going to laugh at this one. And Arcadius, you got to laugh at this one as well. And Buff would know what I'm talking about. Buff really doesn't hate the fans, really. I got a funny feeling he's got something up his sleeve. And Lewis Basham is right in the middle of it. So that means if Buff is the owner of EWE, that means... he can now boss Basham around. Basham can't boss him around anymore. In fact, Buff can boss him around. That means Basham is Buff's pet. Remember, guys, when we see Basham again, we're gonna have to chant Buff's pet, Buff's pet, Buff's pet, Buff's pet, Buff's pet. And Basham would probably go berserk if he heard that one. Literally, he would. And he, even though we kept saying tiny hammer, and he goes, "It's a gavel, you morons." That's what he would say. Or tiny gavel then. Well, I actually held that gavel, to be honest. And Basham knows when I say this. He knows when I say this. I actually held that gavel. It's not that small at all. It's kind of lightweighted. Has some fair weight to it. It's a judge's gavel, to be honest. Yes, I know it is. And, of course, I know Basham's plans are going to really backfire once he thinks he has control of EWE. Well, I know Charlie Biggs will return. I know he will return, and he ain't going to like what Buff is doing. Literally, he won't. But, to be honest, whoever came up with this scheme, and I know for a fact it's Lewis Basham's scheme, he came up with it, and to be honest, it's going to completely backfire. And Buff Broadside, I know he's turned heel, but eventually he ain't going to be a heel for long unless Lewis Basham could turn babyface. I could see that happening. He's the commissioner, the EWE UK Openweight champion. That's going to be taken away from him. And for now on, they're heels, to be honest. They're heels for now. So let's get back to the show. So, first match of the night was, of course, the gauntlet match. First up was Leapfrog and Cuban Heat. And, of course, Cuban Heat came out and Leapfrog lost the match and Cuban Heat was there. Then, and Violet Knight came out and pinned Cuban Heat. And then, of course, Devious Danny came out. And then, I enjoyed that match. I love the gauntlet match because Violet Knight was there. And luckily, Leapfrog was lucky. He doesn't have to fight her now. But, yeah, good old Leapfrog and Violet Knight. And, of course, Violet Knight won that match fair and square. And, of course, Devious Danny acknowledged that she has won. And I was hoping it was going to wait until next month. It was the number one contendership for the Light Heavyweight Championship. But as Violet Knight went to the back to go and get a shower, who came out? That degenerate, disgusting, bald-headed idiot, Theodore Powers. Literally. He's starting to get on my nerves now. He really is starting to get on my nerves. So, I know, technically, yes, I do respect him, but actually, what he did to Violet, he took it way too far. He went to go and say, "I went to our humble commissioner, Lewis Basham." Yeah, not humble, is he? No. And, of course, I've had enough of Theodore Powers now, of his disrespectful ego-ness towards women. His disgusting view towards women. Literally. Thinks that women belong in the kitchen. And he did claim he respects women. He don't. Literally, he does not respect women at all. So if I was his missus, I would dump him straight away. Really dump him. No wonder his mother ain't talking to him. Literally, and I'm a bit of ashamed at his dad, really. Really ashamed at his dad. Not doing anything about it. Not teaching him right from wrong. But he didn't learn right from wrong in school, to be honest. That blooming Theodore Powers. And he had to go and take it so far that he made sure wait until Violet Knight was a bit worn out and not giving her a chance to breathe to be 100% for her next match. next match, of course, which was the championship match. And we did not expect this. And then he just had to go and attack her. Even though she tried to defend herself, bless Violet. I mean, Theodore could not wait until the second half of the show. He could have waited until then. But no. He had to wait until she was worn out. He had to wait. And then he put his title on the line. And he claimed that he went to Basham. And Basham said the match started now. I don't think Basham would have done that. Literally, he wouldn't have done that. Literally. And I bet that was a complete lie. I bet Basham's going to come out next month and say, now I know you all are angry at Theodore. And to be honest, I'm with you guys. Violet did not deserve that. She deserves a rematch. And I'm granting her it tonight. I'm hoping, Basham, since you're the commissioner, please grant Violet Knight that rematch. That was not fair. That was total injustice. That was totally unlawful for what Theodore Powers has done. Totally unlawful. Since when did he start arranged matches? Since when did he start making matches for himself for that title? I believe a punishment is needed. And Violet Knight should get the rematch she deserves. Oh yeah, and Theodore had to go and beat her, claiming that she belongs in the kitchen. And he just yelled in her ear roll saying, back of the line, back to the kitchen for you. And obviously, I think it's time for Theodore Powers to start losing that title, to be on a losing streak. Literally. And I would definitely challenge Theodore Powers to match. I don't care if I'm not a wrestler. I'll get in the ring with him and I would brutalise him. Literally, Terry the Steam Train would brutalise Theodore Powers to make him relinquish that title. And the tournament would start up. That's my view anyway. To be honest, I did not like the way Theodore Powers did that. No, sorry, I did not enjoy that title match at all. No, I'm sorry. It could have just waited until the second half of the show. Or wait till next month, in June. It could have happened then. But no. Theodore Powers had to go and do that. I'm sorry, but he had to go and do that. So, that was the match. That was the gauntlet match and the title match, the light heavyweight championship match between Theodore Powers and Violet Knight. But I love Violet. I really do love her. I really like her. Really do like her. And she's probably my crush in EWE. My women crush. My big crush. Literally. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I think, yeah. I think she's my big crush. I mean, anyone could ask me, who is your biggest crush in WWE? Which women's superstar is your big crush? To be honest, I'm going to admit to you guys, here on my podcast for WWE, who is my biggest WWE crush? Well, the woman of my dreams, I would say, my biggest crush is, of course, Liv Morgan. Yeah, to be honest, yeah. Liv Morgan is my crush. She is. Liv Morgan. My biggest crush. Yeah. She's so beautiful, like Violet Knight. Yeah, and my EWE crush is Violet Knight, of course. Violet Knight's my crush. Yeah. That I am openly admitting, guys. Openly admitting that. So there you go. There you go. But I know in real life Gianna has a boyfriend, so there you go. There you go. But if I had to have a second crush, it would be Paige Saraya. My other crush. Saraya. Yeah. Saraya's my crush. Yeah. Paige. Yeah. Love her as well. Well, moving on to the next match of the night, which was Rothmore. Of course, Alexander Roth came out to attack Buff. He was very angry at Buff. And of course, he attacked Jay Morgan. And Jay Morgan should have had a match that night with Alexander Roth. And yet, they got a so-called super heavyweight Lewis Baron. And obviously, Rothmore pictured him as Lewis Basham. Sorry, that's my phone. Let's see, messages. No, that's just a cloud message. Now, yeah. The next match was Rothmore versus Lewis Baron. Not Basham, Baron. There's 2 Lewises in this one. Whoa, that makes a change then. Yeah, and to be honest, I thought Lewis Baron was going to face Damien that night, but Rothmore, oh god, that was a whole different ball game altogether. And I enjoyed that, to be honest. I really enjoyed that. Fantastic. It was an amazing match. Yeah, an amazing match. I enjoyed it very much. But Rothmore won, and Buff Broadside announced that it would be Buff Broadside versus Rothmore. Well, he said Alexander Rothmore at the next event on the 29th of June. I'll be there for that. And to be honest, I feel that match is going to be real dangerous, and it's going to be a last man standing match. Last man standing. And I hope Rothmore wins this one. But actually, I think I should get more involved in this story between Rothmore and Buff. Maybe become the special guest referee for this match. But maybe not. I mean, if Theodore Powers is going to face Violet Knight again, I think these 2 matches should involve me, the special guest referee for both matches. Both Theodore Powers and Violet Knight, and Buff Broadside and Rothmore. I wouldn't mind reffing for those matches. Then I'm really going to get Buff Broadside back. Really get him back for what he has done. Then, of course, yeah, after that match, oh, it was brutal. Rothmore, oh yeah, that was brutal. Next we came to before the break was the triple threat match. A triple threat match. It was, oh yeah, Connor Mills. That was a surprise for Brandon Lee. And then we had, who else did we have? Because subject to changes during these matches. Bear in mind that these matches are subject to change on the match cards, so bear in mind EWE has a right to change these matches. So we had Connor Mills, and we had, of course, Kurt Atlas, the Hossfather, and wait for it, the one-man armory, Bullet. I was hoping he'd come back, and I enjoyed it when he came back. Literally, oh, that tickled me very good. I enjoyed that match. It was really good. Bullet was very, very good, doing all sorts of brutal stuff. It was brutal stuff that night. Last night, it really was. Bullet took up the full end of the match, and Kurt Atlas could not believe that Bullet was the longest reigning defending heavyweight champion of all time for EWE. Yeah, that is Bullet for you. He's the longest reigning defending heavyweight champion. The greatest champion of all time, actually. As well as Arcadius. But all in all, that was really good. A really good match. And I'm guessing before that match we had Jimmy Swift versus David Blackadder. It was David versus Goliath. Really it was. or the bull versus the farmer, because I know now Jimmy Swift works on a farm in Basingstoke. That farm needs as much help as it can. So in Basingstoke, wow. And the farmer tames the bull. And I believed in Jimmy Swift. I said, if you can handle cows, mate, you can handle a bull like David Blackadder. And David Blackadder he's a nice bloke, really. He really is a nice bloke. So, in the behind the scenes, of course. Now, Jimmy did his best. And David Blackadder thought, oh, I don't want to get done for child abuse. I don't want to get done for that. No, Jimmy Swift is more of a man than ever before. He really is. He is Spider-Man, of course. The Spider-Man of EWE. That's his nickname, he is. And he's a genius. Jimmy is a genius. Really is a genius. And he's good technically at wrestling. He's technically good at wrestling. He really is good. And he's got I said, use your speed. He's slowing down. When he puffs out, he slows down. And that's when he can't catch you. Just like a bull. Picture yourself as the farmer and he is the bull. And yeah, that's what Jimmy did. And then pinned him 1, 2, 3. The winner, Jimmy Swift. That was his first win in EWE. Yeah. I mean, technically, he did win against Theodore Powers when he should have been awarded the championship. Instead, it was disqualification. It was no contest. Because Theodore Powers was so dirty. As I said before. Theodore Powers comes up with these dirty tricks. And I don't think Basham should put up with these requests that Theodore makes. And here's a word of advice to Lewis Basham. Basham, you are the commissioner. And maybe the UK openweight champion. But you are the commissioner, Basham. Do not take more requests from Theodore Powers. I mean, he claims to be better than you. That's what Theodore Powers told me. He's coming for you, Basham. He really is coming for you. And also, he claims that he's a better champion than you. So, there you go. And obviously, Basham will not like it when he hears that. Literally, I'm hoping Lewis Basham changes his character, and possibly he will, to a babyface, and realising that he's made the biggest mistake of his career as commissioner, and possibly want to make ends meet, make amends, possibly, to earn our forgiveness and earn our respect. I respect him. Yeah. I'll talk about him in a minute. So after the triple threat match, Connor Mills won fair and square by pinning Bullet. He was really good at this. He was brutal. Literally brutal. I enjoyed that match. I have a couple of favourite matches in this. I liked the Jimmy Swift match and David Blackadder. And I enjoyed the Gauntlet match when Violet Knight won that match. And I also enjoyed the triple threat. I loved the triple threat. No doubt about it. But obviously, Kurt Atlas had to go out of his way to really attack an official. And also try and attack Connor Mills and Bullet together. Because he wasn't having any of it. And to be honest. And he went to go and attack an official. That was really bad news. Should not attack an official. No. And he just power slammed that official and tried to go and do the same to the other official, where Terence Thatcher stopped him. Said, if you ever put your hands on him again, I will make sure in my power that you are ejected from this company. Yeah, and that'll make Kurt Atlas behave. I mean, Kurt Atlas thinks he's some kind of a dog. Literally. Thinking he could do whatever he wants. We need to learn respect during these matches. Respect is key. There you go. Oh, I felt so miffed after that match, literally. Then after that, we had Jordan versus Arcadius for the EWE Heavyweight Championship. And out came Jordan with his Tottenham Hotspur shirt on. I mean, what's he doing with a football shirt on? Oh my god. No disrespect to football fans though, but Planet Football's not really with Planet Wrestling. Believe me, it doesn't count. I mean, it is. I mean, WWE giving trophies to football teams, giving title belts, which makes a change, which is really good. Tottenham Hotspur, I don't think deserve a title belt. I don't think they deserve one yet. No. Sorry, Jordan. They don't. Literally. No disrespect to football fans. No disrespect. I mean, I used to be a football fan, but not anymore. Not anymore now. I'm always a glory hunter, really. I love that. That's me. Now, Arcadius came out and, Jordan thought he was clever, attacking Arcadius's knees. But I liked it when Arcadius came to sat on my lap, and I enjoyed that. Thanks, Arcadius. I don't mind your sweaty body. I don't mind that at all. Literally, that is what a true wrestler is. And to be honest, he enjoyed that. And he's put everyone on notice in EWE. Put everyone on notice. And just call them dickheads, literally. And I know who he means. Basham and Buff. He's put Buff and Basham on notice. Literally, I know he has. Because he said it. Even though he said, I'm getting too old for this, he said. And, yeah. I mean, I don't blame him for saying that at all. And obviously, Kurt Atlas is after that title shot. But Connor Mills has more than earned a title shot for that. So, I got a feeling next month at the Bedford in Balham, it's got to be Connor Mills versus Arcadius for the EWE Heavyweight Championship. And to be honest, I think Connor Mills has more than earned that title. He's earned it. Literally, I know he's earned it. No doubt about that. Yeah. And Arcadius is coming for every single one person downstairs in the locker room. He's coming for them. And he is. So Basham, Buff, you better watch your backs, because the beast is hunting you both. Yeah. And I wanted to get Arcadius' view on the treacherous Buff Broadside and Lewis Basham, and no doubt he would say, I hate them both now. He would say, I trusted Buff, but now he's gone to the dark side. Yeah, and I will know that Arcadius is right on that one. Yeah. So after that match came the main event. But actually, Arcadius' one is the main event. So we had two main events. One was Arcadius, the other was Lewis Basham. Because Lewis Basham is stealing all the glory, all the limelight from Arcadius. I mean, this is all about stealing glory points, really. But I enjoyed the heavyweight championship match. The one match I did not enjoy at the end was the main event one. Was Lewis Basham versus the Lightning Kid, Ollie Blake. I mean, Ollie was lightning fast. He wasn't called the Lightning Kid for nothing, you know. He was not. He was lightning fast. He did everything possible. Beating Basham, he had Lewis Basham beat. He had Basham beat. Because he was more faster than Basham, more powerful than Basham. And literally Basham was like, I'm not going to beat this guy, aren't I? But thanks to Buff Broadside interfering in that match. Yeah, so thanks to Buff Broadside interfering in that match. And of course, I thought Ollie Blake was going to win that match and become the new champ. But obviously, thanks to Basham pinned Ollie Blake 1, 2, and then he kicked out. As Ollie Blake kicked out, Buff and Basham told the ref it was 3. So please call the match, they said. To me, I saw Ollie Blake kicked out. That to me, I'm sorry, I did not enjoy that whatsoever. I enjoyed much of the match, even though I did fall asleep a little bit during the match just to get back at Basham. Because obviously Basham was boring, and I just thought, fall asleep. And Bullet saw that. He saw that, and Jimmy saw that. yeah, I did fall asleep, yeah. And literally, I was getting tired a little bit. So there you go. I did wake up and going, what? Because I didn't want Basham to see me. Didn't want him to see me just yet. Like, if he'd see me, and yeah, I know what he would have done. So I just thought, avoid Basham, avoid confrontation with him. That's what I was doing. But literally, that made everyone angry. Buff and Basham calling the match and ending it there, saying that Ollie Blake is no longer able to compete. Because I saw Ollie Blake kicked out. His shoulder came up. And literally, and I mean, Basham could have just picked him up one more time, full Nelson slam, or F5 again, 1, 2, 3, done. It would have been that. But obviously, Ollie Blake kicked out, and he's earned that respect. And obviously, Basham would know this. He has earned respect, Ollie Blake. He is the most powerful EWE superstar of all time now. He's now powerful than Basham. The powerful and worthy of the UK Openweight Championship. Ollie Blake deserves to be a champion early, in my view anyway. That's what I think. But anyway, now that Basham and Buff are getting involved in matches, that's not nice at all. Costing people matches, costing Blake the match, not good. No, I know what Buff Broadside is like now. Yeah, literally. Literally, that was how Buff is now evil now. He's now bitter and jealous and evil. There you go. That's how Buff feels, I think. He doesn't want the glory limelight being stolen away from him. But now that he is technically the owner, which I'm not too sure of actually, the so-called owner, I should say, the so-called owner, who knows if he's the true owner or not, of EWE, and he is now the boss of Basham. So Basham can't tell Buff what to do anymore. I know that for certain. So Buff can tell Basham what to do. There you go. So Buff, if you're listening, learn this, mate. You're now the boss, so you can boss Basham around. But I got a funny feeling Buff is also out to get Basham back full, pretending to be his friend, and then eventually Buff will hit that kill switch, and bang, he will hit Basham with a power slam of his own and crush him and say, "You're putting that title on the line against me." Yeah, I can see that happening, and I can see Charlie Biggs and Buff Broadside planning that. I could see that. Yeah. And I know Charlie Biggs might turn heel. He might turn heel, you never know. I could see that happening. And Basham becomes a babyface. Yeah, and we all need to cheer Basham. So I'm thinking, let's cheer Basham. Let's cheer him. Maybe he might see us and see what we're telling him. Who knows? But to be honest, I think I know who schemed this ownership business. I think it was him, to be honest. It was Basham's. It was probably Basham's idea in the first place, thinking he can get rid of Charlie Biggs. I don't think he can, because I know Charlie Biggs has got something up his sleeve. And to be honest, I know Charlie Biggs will never give up EWE unless he was pressured or coached into giving it up by Basham himself. Because I know Basham hated Charlie Biggs to begin with. I know he hated him to begin with, and I know it's called for a match between... I like to see Charlie Biggs wrestle against Lewis Basham for commissionership. And I know that for certain. It's going to happen. Yeah, I can see that happening. And Buff Broadside, he could do whatever he wants. He could be this Mr. McMahon Mach 3, possibly. But so, yeah, that was EWE Mondayverse of Madness, guys. On a Monday, yeah. So, don't forget to comment and like and subscribe to this channel if you like wrestling or trains, etc. But also, go to designmynight.com to purchase tickets for EWE next show at the Bedford in Balham on the 29th of June. Now, on the 28th of June, I'll be coming back from Portugal by then, because I'm going off to Portugal for the time being on the 23rd of June for a week, and I'm coming back to enjoy some wrestling. And I would like to get involved in this business as well. Excuse me. Pardon me. I just had an omelette salad that had double yolks in it. 2 double yolks. That means quadruple my luck. So, I was hoping maybe I can quadruple this luck into asking Terence Thatcher if it's possible to arrange for me to have my character return, Terry the Steam Train, return to EWE in the ring, it's what the fans would want. They would want me to come back to the ring and address Buff and Basham and solve this mystery between the two of them. I'm going to solve this mystery. And I definitely will break it to Basham. He ain't going to like it. I mean, by the time he hears this podcast, he's going to start saying to Buff, "Is this true?" No doubt he would ask that. And I can see Basham turning babyface now. But I know Theodore Powers is going to turn babyface, but I like to see Basham take on Theodore Powers. The babyface Basham taking on Theodore Powers. Now, you've seen Basham as a heel and Theodore Powers as a babyface, but what if it was the opposite way round? Yeah, that would be good. And I'd like to be a special guest referee for Rothmore and Buff Broadside. And plus, I like to ask Terence Thatcher if it's possible to grant Violet Knight that rematch against Theodore Powers, because I think that was disgusting the way Theodore just did it. I don't think Basham would have granted that match. Nah, I think that was a complete lie. To be honest, that was a complete lie from Theodore Powers, saying, "Oh, I've been to our commissioner," and he said, "This match starts now." And Basham would not be happy if he finds out that Theodore Powers is arranging matches, pretending that he's gone to Basham for these matches. I got a feeling that was an unsanctioned match, to be honest. That was unsanctioned. And I got a funny feeling that should disqualify Theodore Powers. So, I should be the next special referee for this match. And he's lucky. He's lucky I didn't get involved in that. He's lucky I didn't, chant the name bald-headed idiot. Or D-head, maybe. But, who knows. Anyway, that was EWE Mondayverse Madness. So, as I said, for the next event, go to designmynight.com to purchase tickets. And also, stay tuned for BHW. I'm not going to BHW yet, but I'd love to go to British Heritage Wrestling and cover their events, maybe, if I can do. I'd love to do that to BHW, and maybe UKPW for you grappling fans. So, grapple fans, stay tuned. I would love to go to UKPW. I'd love to go to that in Kent, richly, because I know they're in Kent a lot lately. I'd love to do that. So, there you go. So thanks for tuning in to Wrestling with Railman28 EWE podcast. Ring the bell, please. Thank you. So, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. That was a great podcast. So, the next podcast will be a railway podcast, and it'll be talking about the changeover from South Western Railway to public ownership to Great British Railways. I'd like to talk more about that, so stay tuned for that. And I'm hoping to talk about the West Coast Railway central door locking situation. I'd love to talk about that. So stay tuned for all of those, guys, and stay tuned for Airwolf, because I know I haven't done Airwolf for a long time, and I'd love to do another audio adventure for you guys for Malduke, but this time there's going to be a bit of a twist in this one, and Airwolf takes on the terrorist organisation Siva once again. So stay tuned, guys, and stay tuned for a review video to Caledonia Works' City Class. I'm going to do a review for you guys, and also a drive along. So stay tuned. Bye, everyone.